Just 1 year ago, on her financial disclosure forms, Marjorie Taylor Greene revealed that she had invested between $15,000 and $50,000 into Digital World Acquisition shortly after they announced that they would be purchasing the Trump Media and Technology Group, which of course includes Truth Social. And at the time when this merger was announced, Digital World Acquisition stocks went skyrocketing. Well over $100 a share. Things were looking great for Digital World until the end of 2021 when everything went to hell. And this year so far, the stock, literally 1 year after Marjorie Taylor Greene filed that paperwork, that stock has lost 82% of its value. So at the low end, because again, they don't have to put the exact amount on their disclosure forms, how much they did, they just give the range. She invested somewhere between 15 and 50, which is a pretty dang big range, by the way. But either way, on the low end, she has already lost $12,330. On the high end, Marjorie Taylor Greene has lost $41,100. All because she wanted to support Donald Trump, and as I've repeatedly said, nobody that throws their lot in with him ever gets that happy ending, and Marjorie Taylor Greene may have lost tens of thousands of dollars just so she could stay on Donald Trump's good side. Now, don't shed any tears for Marjorie, right, folks? She is a millionaire. Her parents had a very successful construction business in Georgia about 20 years ago or so. They gave the business to Greene and her husband. So, not sure how that's going to work in the divorce, right? Because, they gave it to y'all. You all. Sorry to let my Southern come out a little bit. But hey, we're talking about Georgia, so it's y'all. They let y'all have the business, so, depending on what kind of agreement y'all filed before you got married, I think he's entitled to some of it. So Marjorie Taylor Greene probably going to take a hefty financial hit from that as well. But losing $41,000 just because you wanted to make Donald Trump happy, does that seem like a good expense? Even if you've got a couple million in the bank, right? Is that a good investment? Like, what do you even get out of it? Well, unfortunately, according to new reports, Donald Trump has been repeatedly talking about putting Marjorie Taylor Greene on the ticket with him. I know I'd recently talked about the reports saying that Trump had considered putting Marjorie Taylor Greene into the DOJ if he gets back in the White House. But now the reports are saying he might just put her on the ticket with him. So if that's the case, a $41,000 financial loss for Greene, but staying on Trump's good side to where you could end up as his VP candidate, that would be a good expense, right? Losing $41,000, but you might get to be the vice president. I think most people would probably say, yeah, it's a good return. But she's not the only one. Another Republican member of Congress, Larry Bucshon, he didn't invest as much. He invested somewhere between $1,000 and $15,000, so he's lost about $800, possibly up to $12,000 from investing in Digital World Acquisition, which of course was supposed to complete their merger with Trump Media and Technology Group back in September, but that was put on hold due to the criminal investigation with the Securities and Exchange Commission, because based on what we've seen, evidence, and of course whistleblower testimony, it seems like there was plenty of collusion between Donald Trump, his associates at Trump Media and Technology, and the folks at Digital World Acquisition. And because it is a special, whatever the SPAC stands for, I forget at this point, there's not supposed to be any consultations, any discussions prior to the investment, because that could throw off investors. It could do all kinds of, shady things. But it looks like that may have happened. The SEC, of course, is investigating it. We'll know for sure when their investigation's concluded whether or not they bring any criminal charges. And that's where Truth Social is today. A year old, not even a year old. I mean, hell, the thing just launched earlier this year. It's hemorrhaging supporters. It did have a surge of downloads recently because Google finally added it to their Play Store. But the engagement is awful. Donald Trump's follower count has not increased with all the new downloads. It has no revenue stream and only has enough cash to stay afloat until April. Recent photographs showed that their headquarters down in South Florida was literally abandoned, and Digital World Acquisition has had to change their address from a WeWork workspace down to a UPS mailbox in Miami. So things aren't looking good for Truth Social. Things aren't looking good for Digital World Acquisition. And things certainly aren't looking good for anybody that was stupid enough to invest in this company. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.